Shocking school scandal when self-defense becomes a crime. Hey there, drama lovers. Ever wonder what happens when you mix a dash of autism, a sprinkle of harassment, and a whole lot of misunderstanding? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I've got a story that'll make your head spin faster than a fidget spinner in a tornado. Picture this. A regular day at school turns into a twisted episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, but with more acne and lice tea. Trust me, folks, by the end of this video, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew about justice, friendship, and the unwritten rules of high school survival. Let me drop this truth bomb right here. Sometimes the line between victim and villain is blurrier than your grandma's vision without her glasses. And in this wild tale, we're about to dive headfirst into that blurry mess. What's poppin', my fellow tea spillers? It's your girl, coming at you live from the trenches of teenage trauma. If you're new here, welcome to the channel where we turn high school horror stories into comedy gold. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button harder than I'm about to smash some misconceptions. Today, we're diving into a story so spicy, it'll make your mom's secret chili recipe taste like vanilla ice cream. But before we jump in, let me slap a big ol' content warning on this bad boy. We're talking physical harassment, ableism accusations, and enough drama to make the Kardashians look like amateurs. If that's not your cup of tea, might I suggest my video on top 10 ways to avoid eye contact with your ex in the hallway. Alright, let's set the scene. Picture your average high school hallway. You've got your jocks, your nerds, your theater kids, dramatically reciting Shakespeare by the water fountain. And then there's me. Your everyday girl just trying to survive the hormone-fueled battleground we call high school. Now enter stage left. Troy. Known him since we were picking our noses in nursery school. Troy's got autism, which means he sees the world a little differently. And let me tell you, the way he saw me was about to turn my world upside down. Picture this. I'm at my locker, minding my own business, probably contemplating the meaning of life or, what's for lunch. Suddenly, I feel a hand where no hand should be without buying me dinner first. I spin around and there's Troy, grinning like he just won the lottery. Now, I've known Troy forever. I've seen him eat glue, I've seen him recite every Pokemon in alphabetical order, but this was new territory. And let me tell you, it was not the kind of new I was looking for. So I do what any self-respecting girl would do. I march straight to the principal's office, ready to rain down justice like Thor with a grudge. But guess what? Apparently, in the game of high school, autism is the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. The conversation went something like this. Troy groped me. Principal, now you know Troy has autism. He doesn't understand social boundaries. Pretty sure don't grab butts is a universal language, sir. Let's not make a mountain out of a molehill. A molehill? More like Mount Everest of inappropriate behavior. But hey, who am I to argue with the wisdom of a man whose greatest achievement is color-coding the detention slips? Fast forward a few weeks. Troy's handsy behavior is escalating faster than my mom's blood pressure when I tell her I'm staying out past curfew. It's like he's on a mission to cop a feel of every inch of me before graduation. Then comes the day that'll go down in high school history. Picture the scene. I'm wearing my favorite skirt, feeling like a queen, when suddenly, bam! Troy's hand goes where the sun don't shine. In that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I channeled my inner Muhammad Ali. My fist connected with Troy's nose faster than you can say, personal space violation. There was a crack, a yelp, and suddenly, I'm starring in my own action movie. You'd think I'd be hailed as a hero, right? Defender of personal boundaries, champion of consent. But oh no, my friends. Faster than you can say double standard, I went from victim to villain. Suddenly, I'm the school pariah. I've got death threats in my locker, dirty looks in the hallway, and more isolation than a COVID quarantine. Meanwhile, Troy's strutting around with his bruised nose like it's a badge of honor. Why, you ask? Well, turns out Troy's family is to the school what the Kardashians are to reality TV. Untouchable. His dad's on the school board, his mom heads the PTA, and I'm pretty sure his goldfish is the mascot's second cousin twice removed. But wait, just when I thought all hope was lost, the internet rode in on its white horse of justice. I shared my story online, and faster than you can say viral, I had more supporters than a push-up bra. Comments came flooding in. Girl, you're a hero. Autism isn't a free pass for assault. Can we talk about how the school failed both of you? Suddenly, I went from zero to hero faster than a TikTok dance trend. My family decided to pull me out of that toxic cesspool masquerading as a school and lawyer up. Watch out, Troy's family. Your influence is about to be as irrelevant as MySpace. But wait, there's more. Because one story of injustice just isn't enough for this channel. Let me introduce you to the saga of the Lego tyrant. Picture this. A 14-year-old boy, let's call him Tim, is living his best life. Or he would be if it weren't for his 16-year-old brother, the Lego Lordinator. This kid's got autism too, but instead of getting handsy, he's getting spendy. Tim's been saving up for a car, you know, the American dream and all that jazz. But his brother? He's got his eyes on a bigger prize, the Lego Death Star. And not just any Death Star. Oh no, we're talking the limited edition, gold-plated, probably blessed by George Lucas himself, Death Star. Now here's where it gets wild. Mama, Bear, instead of protecting both her cubs, decides that Tim's savings account is actually a brother's Lego fund. She's enabling faster than an Instagram influencer at a flat tummy tea convention. Tim comes home one day to find his savings gone, replaced by enough Lego to rebuild the actual Death Star. And Mom's response? Your brother's happiness is more important than your car dreams, sweetie. I'm sorry, what? Last time I checked, autism wasn't a rob your sibling blind pass, but in this house, apparently, it's Lego before legality. All right, folks, let's wrap up this roller coaster of teenage trauma and parental fails. What have we learned today? Well, for starters, autism isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card for assault or theft. It's a complex condition that requires understanding, support, and appropriate boundaries, not a blank check for bad behavior. The moral of the story? Stand up for yourself, even when the world seems to be against you. And if all else fails, the internet is always there to back you up, or tear you down. But let's focus on the positive. Now it's your turn. My drama-loving friends, drop your wildest school stories in the comments. Did you ever punch the class bully? Did your sibling steal your college fund for a life-size replica of the Millennium Falcon? I want to hear it all. And hey, if you enjoyed this wild ride, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss next week's video. I caught my math teacher selling algebra answers on the dark web. Before I go, let me leave you with this thought. In the game of life, sometimes you're the groper, sometimes you're the gropey, and sometimes you're the Lego-obsessed sibling. But no matter what, always be the one who stands up for what's right, even if it means a trip to the principal's office. Until next time, keep it weird, keep it wild, and for the love of all that is holy, keep your hands to yourself. Peace out, Drama Llamas.
Mechanic's Revenge. How I Turned the Tables at My Ex-Fiancé's Office Party. Hey there, YouTube. Buckle up, because boy, do I have a story for you. Picture this. A fancy office party, a bunch of suits, and one grease-stained mechanic about to flip the script on his stuck-up fiancé. That's right, folks. I'm about to take you on a wild ride through the night. I chose a socket wrench over a diamond ring. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. What's up, gearheads and drama lovers? I'm your host, Jake the Junkyard Genius, and today, I'm serving up a tale spicier than that burrito you regretted eating last night. Now, before we dive in, let me give you the 411. I'm your average, everyday mechanic. You know, the guy who makes your car purr like a kitten and your wallet cry like a baby. But little did I know, I was about to become YouTube's newest sensation. All thanks to one supposedly glamorous office party gone hilariously wrong. So, grab your popcorn, put on your safety goggles, and get ready for a story about respect, career pride, and a plot twist that'll make your head spin faster than a tire on a dyno. Oh, and don't worry, no actual wrenches were thrown in the making of this breakup story. Though I gotta say, I was tempted. Alright, picture this. There I was, Jake the Grease Monkey, all dolled up in my Sunday best. And by Sunday best, I mean the only suit I own that doesn't have an oil stain on it. I had my hair slicked back, shoes shined, and even managed to get most of the grime out from under my fingernails. I looked like a Walmart version of James Bond, licensed to change your oil and unclog your fuel injectors. I strutted into that corporate shindig like I owned the place. Spoiler alert, I didn't. But hey, fake it till you make it, right? Now, I'll be honest with you. I felt about as comfortable as a pig at a bacon festival. All around me were people in fancy suits, sipping champagne, and talking about stocks and mergers and other words I usually only hear when I'm watching movies I don't understand. But I was there for my fiancée, Sarah. She works in some big-shot marketing firm, and this was her company's annual party. I figured I'd mingle, maybe learn a thing or two about the corporate world. And hey, free food is free food, am I right? Everything was going smoothly. I was even starting to enjoy myself, thinking, hey, maybe I can fit in with these bigwigs after all. Oh, how wrong I was. It all started when Sarah's boss came over to chat. He seemed like a nice enough guy, asking about our engagement and all that jazz. Then he asked the million-dollar question. So, what do you do for a living? Before I could open my mouth, Sarah jumped in with a laugh that sounded faker than a $3 bill. Oh, Jake, he's just a mechanic. Now, I could have let that slide. Maybe she was nervous, right? But oh no, folks. It got worse. Sarah started going on about how I tinker with cars all day, and how it's cute that I think I can make a career out of it. She even had the audacity to say, and I quote, "We're hoping he'll find a real job soon. You know, something with potential." Potential? Honey, the only thing with potential right now is my foot potentially kicking you to the curb. That's when it hit me like a transmission falling on my foot. This wasn't just a one-time thing. This was a pattern. All those little comments, the eye rolls when I talked about work, the jokes about my greasy clothes. It all clicked. I realized I had two choices. I could either slink away with my tail between my legs, or I could stand up for myself and every hardworking mechanic out there. I cleared my throat, nice and loud. The kind of throat clear that says, "Listen up, Buttercup, 'cause I'm about to blow your mind." Actually, I said, loud enough for the whole room to hear, I'm not just a mechanic. I'm a skilled technician who keeps this city moving. Without people like me, all of you would be walking to work or trying to figure out why your car makes that funny noise when you turn left. Sarah's face went whiter than a freshly painted garage door. But I wasn't done. And you know what? I'm damn proud of what I do. But what I'm not proud of is being engaged to someone who doesn't respect me or my career. You could have heard a lug nut drop in that room. Sarah's boss was doing his best impression of a goldfish, mouth opening and closing without a sound. Someone in the back dropped their champagne glass. It was glorious. I reached into my pocket, pulled out that overpriced engagement ring, and placed it gently in Sarah's hand. I think you'll be needing this back. Good luck finding someone with more potential. And with that, my friends, I turned on my heel and prepared for. I walked out of that party like I was walking away from an explosion in an action movie. Cool guys don't look at explosions, and this cool guy didn't look back at the chaos he'd just caused. As I hit the parking lot, I heard the murmurs turn into a full-blown uproar behind me. But did I care? Nope. I hopped into my trusty old pickup truck, which, by the way, I've kept running smoother than a politician's lies, and peeled out of there faster than you can say transmission fluid. Now, I'd love to tell you that was the end of it. But oh no, the drama was just getting started. My phone blew up faster than an overheated radiator. Texts, calls, voicemails, you name it. Sarah was in full damage control mode. But here's the kicker. For every message from Sarah begging me to come back, I got 2 from her coworkers. Turns out, I wasn't the only one tired of her stuck-up attitude. Who knew? You want to know the best part? I became a legend in that office. The guy who stood up to the office bully. The mechanic who schooled a bunch of suits on the value of hard work. I even got a couple of job offers to be the company's official fleet mechanic. Talk about a plot twist, huh? Now, I'm not here to bash on office jobs or people who wear suits. Heck, some of my best customers wear ties that probably cost more than my toolbox. The point is, respect is like oil in an engine. Without it, everything falls apart. Sarah's true colors came out that night, and let me tell you, they were uglier than a rusted-out 72 Pinto. But in the end, I learned that standing up for yourself and your passion is always the right move. Looking back, I realized that engagement was like a car with a bad paint job, shiny on the outside, but hiding a whole lot of problems underneath. Breaking it off was like finally diagnosing that weird noise your car's been making. Painful, but necessary. So, what happened after all this drama? Well, let's just say life has been running smoother than a well-oiled machine. I took all that energy I was wasting on a bad relationship and poured it into my work. Opened up my own shop, started this YouTube channel, and even began teaching night classes at the local community college. Life lessons from under the hood. Respect, self-worth, and the perfect career fit. Here's what I learned, folks. Whether you're fixing cars, crunching numbers, or flipping burgers, your job deserves respect. And more importantly, you deserve respect. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're just anything. You're not just a mechanic, or just a teacher, or just a whatever. You're a freaking rock star in your field. So, here's my challenge to you, my wonderful viewers. Take a good, hard look at your life. Are there any rusty parts that need replacing? Any relationships that are running on fumes? It might be time for an overhaul. Remember, you're the mechanic of your own life. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and make the changes you need. Trust me, the ride is so much better when you're in the driver's seat. And hey, if you enjoyed this wild ride of a story, why not join our pit crew of awesome viewers? Smash that subscribe button like it's a stubborn lug nut. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. You don't want to miss out on more hilarious life hacks and relationship tune-ups. Lastly, I want to hear from you. Drop your own relationship mechanic stories in the comments below. Did you ever have to put the brakes on a bad relationship? Or maybe you've got some tips on how to keep your love life running smoothly. Let's get that conversation rolling. Remember, folks, life's a journey, not a destination. So make sure you're traveling in style, with people who appreciate your unique horsepower. This is Jake the Junkyard Genius, signing off. Keep those engines purring and those spirits high.
You won't believe what I caught on camera. Hey there, YouTube. Buckle up, buttercups, because boy, do I have a story for you. Picture this. It's a regular Tuesday afternoon. I'm minding my own business, about to grab a snack from the kitchen, when bam! I stumble upon a scene so shocking, it'll make your grandma's soap operas look like Sesame Street. What did I see, you ask? Oh, just my husband and my best friend doing the horizontal mambo on our kitchen counter. Yeah, you heard that right. The same counter where I make my famous 7-layer dip. Talk about a recipe for disaster. But here's the kicker. I didn't just see it, I filmed it. That's right, folks, I've got the footage, and let me tell you, it's spicier than the salsa they were knocking over. So if you're ready for a tale of betrayal, revenge, and questionable food hygiene, stick around. Because this story, it's going to take you from heartbreak to hilarity faster than you can say prenup. What's cookin'? Good lookin'? I'm your host, Sarah, the accidental voyeur extraordinaire. Welcome to today's episode of My Life's a Joke, but at least I'm laughing. Today's special? A recipe for disaster, served with a side of sweet, sweet karma. Now, before we dive into this culinary catastrophe, let me give you the ingredients for our disaster du jour. 1 cheating husband, mine, unfortunately. 1 backstabbing bestie, extra saucy, a dash of karma for flavor, and a whole lot of audacity. They brought their own. Oh, and don't worry, no kitchenware was harmed in the making of this scandal. Though I can't say the same for my marriage or my friendship. So, fasten your seatbelts, my dear viewers. We're about to take a wild ride down Betrayal Boulevard, and trust me, it's going to be bumpier than my mother-in-law's lumpy gravy. Picture it, Sicily, 1922. Just kidding. It was actually last month, right here in good old suburbia, USA. I was having a perfectly normal Tuesday. You know the kind, where you're wondering if you remembered to switch the laundry and debating whether it's too early for wine. Spoiler alert, it's never too early. I had just finished a riveting episode of Real Housewives of Who Cares and decided it was time for a snack. Little did I know, I was about to walk into my own reality show drama. So there I was, innocently walking into my kitchen, dreaming of the leftover pizza calling my name. But as I rounded the corner, I saw something that made me wish I'd gone for a jog instead. And let me tell you, I never wish I'd gone for a jog. There, on my beloved kitchen counter, the same one where I'd lovingly prepared countless meals, was my husband Tom and my supposed best friend, Abby. And they weren't exactly making a sandwich, if you catch my drift. Now, I could describe the scene in detail, but this is a family-friendly channel. Let's just say it involved less clothing than a nudist colony and more noise than a heavy metal concert. Oh, and my favorite salad bowl was dangerously close to becoming collateral damage. In that moment, I had 2 choices. I could either scream and cause a scene, or I could channel my inner James Bond and gather some evidence. Guess which one I chose? That's right, I went full spy mode. I whipped out my phone faster than you can say divorce lawyer and started recording. And let me tell you, these two were so caught up in their little counter-quickie that they didn't even notice me. I felt like David Attenborough narrating a nature documentary. Here we see the wild cheaters in their natural habitat, completely oblivious to the impending doom about to rain down upon them. Once I had enough footage to make even a porn director blush, I decided it was time for the grand finale. I cleared my throat and said in my sweetest voice, "Hey guys, smile for the camera. I swear I've never seen two people move so fast." Tom fell off the counter, taking my favorite dish towel with him. It's in the trash now, don't worry. Abby screamed so loud, I'm pretty sure dogs in the next county started barking. The next few minutes were a blur of frantic explanations, tearful apologies, and me laughing so hard I thought I might pass out. I mean, come on. The looks on their faces? Priceless. I should have sold tickets. Needless to say, Tom was served with divorce papers faster than you can say I do. And Abby? Well, let's just say she's no longer on my Christmas card list. Now, here's where things get a little complicated. My daughter, Emily, bless her heart, decided to take her father's side in all this. I know. I raised her better than that. But apparently, the allure of Daddy's credit card was too strong to resist. So now, not only is Emily defending Tom's actions, I'm sorry, sweetie, but there's no defense for turning our kitchen into the set of a bad porno. She's also playing free babysitter to Tom and Abby's love child. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, their little counter rendezvous wasn't a one-time thing. I've tried to talk some sense into Emily, but she's convinced that Dad just made a mistake, and that Abby really needs the help. Well, honey, I really needed a faithful husband and a loyal best friend, but we can't always get what we want, can we? Now, you might be wondering what happened to our dynamic duo of deceit after all this. Well, grab some popcorn because this is where it gets good. Tom, it turns out, had been carrying on this affair at work too. Surprise, surprise, his boss wasn't too thrilled about him turning the supply closet into his personal love nest. So now, my ex-husband is not just an ex, he's also an ex-employee. As for Abby, her husband Kyle, yes, she was married too. The plot thickens. Kicked her out faster than you can say homewrecker. So now Tom and Abby are shacking up together. Ah, isn't that sweet? Two jobless, homeless cheaters living their best life. But wait, there's more. They're living with Emily. That's right. My daughter decided to take in these two lovebirds. I guess she figured if she was going to be their unpaid nanny,